Taurus, how are you? I'm going to do a reading for you for the current energy. So as always, just take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are in the story. And I appreciate each and every one of you. So if you appreciate what I do here, hit that like button. Blink right there. Really makes a difference to my channel. All right, Taurus, let's see what's going on for you for like the next 7 to 10 days. Just a short period of time, not a long period of time. Let's see what's going on with each and every one of you. Maybe it resonates, maybe it doesn't. Check your other signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. This is a collective reading, so there's a lot of you guys out there. All right, so let's see what's coming through. Ooh, this card wants to come out, Taurus. We have the Two of Swords. Now, I saw that when I was shuffling. I feel like you're upon a decision. And I think you're really clear about the decision you have to make. Because normally, when I see the Two of Swords, you know, she's got a blindfold on. There's no blindfold on this woman. She has her foot firmly planted on that rock. And it feels as if, you know, you see exactly the direction you need to take. So, yeah, I feel like a big decision, and probably in regards to somebody you are dealing with. We have the King of Wands here. So I think you're really looking at somebody with very clear eyes in how it is that you are dealing with them. So let's see what this is all about. Nine of Wands reverse comes over the top of you. So that's what's hanging over your head, is kind of getting out of a place where you feel like you don't have any options. A lot of times when we have this Nine of Wands energy, this is the wounded warrior. This is the one that's been around the block and you've been hurt one too many times. And I think this time you are not going to tolerate any more from someone that you are involved with. But let's see what the rest of the cards have to say. Now, I do see this is your couple person, all right? Because we have both the king and a queen. So you guys are a power couple. I think people see you as a dynamic couple. But, you know, we only see what's on the outside. We never know what's going on behind closed doors, all right? So on the outside, you guys appear to be very, very solid, really, really good. But the fact that I have this coming up here, I'm almost wondering whether or not there's something that the two of you are dealing with that you do not agree on, and you don't know how to proceed. But I think, you know, clarity has kind of set into your head and you know exactly what you need to do. All right, at the base of what's going on is a judgment. You are not going to tolerate something about your person, you know, whether it's how they are or their lack of, you know, effort. Usually the King of Wands is somebody who is very helpful, very kind. Maybe you're involved with someone who is only helpful and kind when somebody is watching, you know, because there are those kind of people. But I think you're very hopeful, you know, that there can be a good outcome. But I think in being hopeful, you're going to have to really put your foot down around someone. So maybe there's a situation that your partner's been involved in. And we know who our partner is, right? That you're just not, you can't get behind. And maybe this is something that they've done before and you've forgiven them. And now they're back doing it again, right? And I think this time you're not going to allow it. I think this time you're going to really put your foot down, right, Taurus? And here we do have the Four of Cups coming up. And I think, you know, you want to go back to when things were happier times. And I think you've really sat with this as to like, what am I going to do? Because you've had a lot of anxiety, you know, dealing with your person. There's something that they're involved with or what they're doing that really stresses you out. And when we have this Nine of Swords, you know, it causes us to lose sleep. We get really stressed. I don't know what I'm doing. You know, what can I do to fix things? You know, I just feel as if, you know, you have been undergoing an awful lot of stress. And I think you've been holding a lot back. And it's time for you to open up and say, look, I'm done with you acting like this. I'm done with you doing this. I'm done with you moving in that direction. And I'm going to put my foot down once and for all. This is what's going to happen. And when we have the Two of Swords and we make a decision, you're left with one sword. And that one sword is a sword of truth. It's a sword of power. It's a sword of strength. And, you know, a lot of times when we do see an energy of the Two of Swords, you know, this need to make this decision. And I feel like you're so clear about what it is you need to do. And I almost feel as if something, you know, that they did got you so mad, you know, that was the last straw and you're not going to tolerate this behavior, this action, whatever it is that they do anymore. So yeah, I see you really putting your foot down. Because I think you need sleep for one. And to quit worrying. I mean, there's this sense of anxiety that's going on between you and your person. And until you actually like speak up and say something that's really bothering you and how you will not, I feel like you're not going to tolerate something anymore from someone. And that's really what's coming through. But I do have here the Page of Wands. I do feel as if, aside from some of this, it's almost as if maybe you get some insight. Maybe somebody else has a situation similar to yours and you share it, or it's shared with you and you're like, oh, I know what to do. And this might be what gained you the clarity in making a decision around your person. Because I just feel like you just no longer want to tolerate what they're up to. And, I think you've had it. I mean, really, because it keeps coming up. Now, here's the thing, all right? You love this guy, all right? Knight of Cups, and I feel as if, the problem is, I think they kind of open themselves up a little bit more than you would like. But, I feel as if, this decision that you make, you putting your foot down, you really kind of clearing the air and saying, I'm not going to tolerate this behavior anymore. I'm not going to tolerate you doing this, whatever that is. I feel as if it opens the door and, there is this effort now to like, maybe we can pick up the pieces where we left off. I mean, you're a power couple. I mean, you're a good couple. I mean, look, you're a pair, you're matched, you're well matched. But there's something that's going on that's just not feeling good and it's throwing you off. So I feel like, yeah, you take the blindfolds off. You're not going to tolerate something anymore. You make a decision. You stand in your truth. And I feel what ends up happening here is that we have the Knight of Cups. And I feel as if there is more of an effort on their part to like make up for it. Sometimes people don't even realize what they're doing and then it's too late, all right? And I think you've been quiet enough that now you're at that point where you really want to get out of your head all of these stories and you want the truth and you want things to be clear. And I feel as if, this energy this week for you is really saying it is time for this to come to an end, because there is definitely something that they are doing that really, really bothers you. And the fact that this Eight of Swords comes upside down, it's also saying that, you've held on to all kinds of stories in your head trying to figure out how you're going to solve or resolve this thing that's going on between the two of you. But it's so much so that I think you started to realize it's starting to affect you in other parts of your life. So now I feel as if this Eight of Swords is saying enough. I'm going to speak my truth. I'm going to tell him how I want it to be, and that's how it's going to be, right? So, yeah, I feel like this is a very empowering, very clearing energy for you, Taurus, between you and your person. It's time, because when we don't communicate, that's where things start to really build up. So I think you're at that point where I'm going to speak my truth and I've made my decision and I will not tolerate this anymore. So anyway, that's the energy I see for you, Taurus. Take it if it works, leave it if it doesn't. It is what it is. I'll do another reading next week. In the meantime, hit that like button and I'll see y'all later. All right, bye now.